please start clapping right now for Chris Davis, everybody.
What's up? How we doing? Look at you. Hot in the city, man, huh? Trick is to get out. Get out. Last week I spent the whole week on Long Island. I did not see Billy Joel. Yeah, my buddy lives out there. He's like, I see him all the time. I didn't see him. I did see a car accident. I was like, maybe that's him. Remember a few years ago, Billy Joel crashed his car into that lady's house? Holy shit. I could see hitting like a tree or a pole. He failed to see a house. Still imagine that though? You're home watching TV and Billy Joel comes crashing through the wall? That's enough to give you a heart attack, yak, yak, yak. Very good. It's nice to be out having a little fun. About 6 months ago, I lost a really close friend. Yeah, he didn't die. He got clean and sober. I miss him. Do you know any of these recovery people? Oh my God, they're so annoying. They're so positive about everything. I called up my buddy. I'm like, dude, I got a problem. He said, what's the problem? I said, transmission went on my truck. The warranty's up. It's like $3 grand. I don't have it. He said, that's not a problem. That's a situation. I'm like, oh, thank God I called you. I thought I had a problem. So I don't need a transmission. I just need new words to describe what's happening in my life. Cool. This is the same guy, this genius, said to me, Chris, since I quit drinking, my life turned around 360 degrees. I told him, you realize what you're saying, right? He's like, yeah, my life's gotten better. That's what you meant to say, but technically you're right back where you started. I told him, while you're staying away from a drink, maybe you should stay away from fucking geometry. Maybe that'd be good. This other time I called him up, I'm like, dude, you should have seen this chick I was with the other night. Holy shit. He's like, Chris, what about intimacy? I said, what? He said, yeah, you're a fear of intimacy because you objectify women because you're afraid now and you're afraid of intimacy. I'm like, 6 months ago, you took a whiz in my whole closet. Now you're Dr. fucking Phil? I'm not buying it. So he got mad at me. He's like, you're threatened by my sobriety. Because if I have a drinking problem, maybe so do you. I told him, I don't have a drinking problem. I have a drinking situation. Thank you. I'm working for you here, people. I'm working. I'll tell you, one of the things that does happen when I drink is I make stuff up. Like, never know what I'm going to say. A few weeks ago, I went to this bar by my new apartment, middle of the afternoon, never been there before. I had 6 beers and 6 shots. I asked the bartender, how many shots have I had? He said 6, 6 beers. I said, all right, let's do this one more time, but nothing after that. I got to pick the kids up at school. So he's looking at me a little nervous, pouring me a shot. He's like, so, how many kids you got? I said, oh, I don't have any kids. I drive the school bus. See, you think that's funny. He didn't. He did not. He did not. Here we are, summertime. Anybody here have a boat? No? Good. People on boats are dicks. What's the deal with people on boats that when they see someone on land, they have to wave? What is that? No, a couple of weeks ago, I was at my buddy's house. He lives on the water. He lives on a real busy because there's a marina right there. I'm in his yard all morning. Every 2 minutes, I told him I'm done. I'm not waving back anymore. He's like, Chris, you got to wave back. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not this friendly. Besides, when they wave, they're not saying hi. They're saying, look, we're on a boat. And I wave back. I'm validating them. I see that you're on a boat. It's awesome. They do it with other boats, too. Like a boat passes a boat. Look, we're on a boat. Oh, my God, that's 2. I can see if you're like leaving on the Queen Mary 2, give a wave. If you're on your way back from the Orient with silks and spices, you haven't seen the New World in 2 months, give a wave. But if you're going to the beach to drink a 6-pack, I'm not going to fucking wave at you. It's not that grand a voyage. That's all I'm saying. It's nice. You guys are a nice crowd. Anybody here dating? Anybody on a date right now? I don't care. I'll segue without you. You're all looking at me like I just said who loves anal. That's not what I said. Anybody on a date? Nobody's dating. Yeah, you are. Okay. I was on a date last week. Segue. I was on a date last week. Shameless segue. Here we go. I was on a date last week. Beautiful blonde, first date. We're having dinner. And she says to me, you know, there's a question I like to ask guys, kind of a test, see if I want to go out with them again. I'm like, yeah, I don't like it. She's like, oh, don't hate it, you might pass. I said, all right, what is it? She said, you know that song, I've been through the desert on a horse with no name? I'm like, yeah. She says, what does it mean? I said, I don't know, it's a metaphor for something, right? She's like, yeah, exactly, but what does it mean? I said, ultimately, I think it means two things. A, that we're not going on another date. And B, you're paying for your own dinner. That's totally happened. Guys, I'm Chris Davis. Thanks for listening.
One more time for Chris Davis, everybody.